Okay, so this is lesson 2.2. I think it says 2.2 on your paper. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Let's write that in there. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Does this not look familiar to anyone? You had dreams and nightmares about this, right? Okay. What does the m stand for? Slope. Good. Write it in there. And what does the b stand for? Excellent. The y-intercept. That just means where it's crossing the y-axis. It says, given a graph, write the equation in slope-intercept form. So, given a graph, you need m value and you need your b value. Remember, b is what you always need to find first. So if I'm looking at this graph, where is this b point? Where are we crossing the y-axis? 1, 2, 3. Not -4, count carefully. B is -3. To find our slope, we're just going to do like we did on the other one, right? Where you count up, rise over run. So starting at B, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my m is up 4 and over 1, 2. 4 over 2 reduces to what? What is 4 divided? Just 2, right? 4 divided by 2 is just 2. Okay, now guys, now that I know m and I know b, could I plug them into this formula? You could do that, right? So it's going to be y equals, Shane, take it away. 2x plus a -3 is okay, but what's plus a negative? Just minus, right? So let's just write 2x minus 3. Okay, do number 2, please. And then we'll see if we have the same thing. Find b first, always. B is where it's crossing the y-axis. Are you going to say the answer? Okay, just a minute. So we're getting our b value to be -2. Chris, what'd you get your slope to be? 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. But you went back 5, right? So what kind of a 5 should that be? Okay, remember that's a negative slope. Okay. So, Elvis, what's my equation going to be?
Y equals 4 over 5, or -4 over 5x minus 2.
Anybody agree with that? -4 over 5x minus 2? Okay, any questions about this, guys? Do we need to keep doing these? We're okay with these? Okay, let's quickly, because we still have 5 minutes, let's go down to the problems near the bottom. And this is just a review of how to get things into y equals mx plus b form. Do you guys remember what standard form is? Anybody remember standard form? ax plus by equals c. ax plus by equals c. So in the standard form box there, ax plus by equals c. That's what standard form is. Okay, and it says, because standard form does not give you the slope, you must be able to convert it into slope-intercept form. So I just need to get y by itself. So if you look at example number 7, how are we going to get y by itself? What do? Subtract x and move it to the other side. Subtract x. Now, sometimes we're going to put x on the end, but instead of putting x on the end, What we're going to do is, because y equals mx goes first, we're just going to slide it in front of that 6. We cannot combine 6 and x because they're not like terms. So y equals negative x plus 6. You're finished. Done. Okay, let's try number 8. 5x plus 2y equals negative 2. Number 8. First, we're going to move 5x over by subtracting it from both sides. Negative 5x minus 2. So we have 2y equals negative 5x minus 2. How do we get rid of that 2? Not add it. We want to divide y by 2. And we have to divide it off of every term. So I should have y equals, can we divide negative 5 over 2? What do I do with that then? You just leave it, right? Negative 5 over 2x. And negative 2 divided by 2? Negative 1. Okay, what about number 9? Try number 9. Are you going to say the answer? Or are we just going to? Can we reduce negative 2 over negative 4? Yeah, what are we going to reduce it to? 1/2. Okay. Positive 1/2, right? And then 28 divided by negative 4 is negative 7. Whoops. So this is an algebra review of just putting things in y equals mx plus b form. If you look on the other side of this page, okay, if you look on the other side of this page, vertical lines are always in the form x equals a number. If it's a vertical line, it's always x equals a number. So in this diagram, x equals what? Where's your x crossing? I know you have class, but it doesn't start till 2:05. You have class next, right? Oh, okay, that's fine. X equals negative 1. So let's write that there. X equals negative 1. Okay, a horizontal line is always y equals a number. So where is this one crossing at? Where's this one at? Y equals 3. Okay, so if you're looking at two equations to determine if they are parallel and perpendicular, you're just looking at the slope. So if you look at example 1 there, it says y equals 5x plus 2 and y equals 5x minus 1. First of all, are they both in y equals mx plus b form? Yeah, so what's the slope of that first line? 5, not the x, just 5. What's the slope of the next one? 5. So if both the slopes are 5, what do you know about these two lines? Parallel, write that in there. And we don't have any line labels, so we can't write the thing. What about number 2? They're both already in y equals mx plus b. So I have negative 3 over 2, and I have 2 over 3, right? What do we know about these two types of lines? Good, they're opposite reciprocals, so we know that these two lines are perpendicular. Okay, but what about number 3? What do we have to do first in number 3? On number 3, you have to make both of them into y equals mx plus b, right? Okay, so let's do that. That's why we practice them on the other side. We're almost done. Go ahead. On number 3, you're going to change both of them into y equals mx plus b. So on the first one, they are in standard form. We're going to change them into slope form. You have to divide by 2, so you have 2y. You left it out. You always reduce. Guys, don't forget your x's when you're writing it. So the slope on the first one is negative 1/2. And what's the slope on the second one? 2. So what kind of lines are these if it's negative 1/2 and 2? Perpendicular. All right, let's look at number 4. Okay, so if we change number 4 to be into y equals mx plus b form as well, we're going to subtract x from each side. Remember, we need to get y by itself by dividing by the negative 1. So we get y equals x minus 9. This one is already in the slope-intercept form. So our x value here is 1. And this x value here is also 1. So these two lines are going to be parallel. Okay, let's go on and do number 7. We see that one of the equations is already in slope-intercept form, and so that slope over here is 1/3. So on the first equation, we'll subtract 3x. Negative y equals negative 3x plus 2. We'll go ahead and divide by negative 1 on each term. And I get y equals 3x minus 2. So if I'm looking at this, I have 3, and I have negative 1/3, but those aren't opposite reciprocals. They are reciprocals, but they're not opposite signs. So these two lines would be neither. Okay? I'm not going to finish these examples, but you can go on and do homework number 5.